So 3 ways to create crackle sounds on your Serge system. There was a discussion on a forum before, and I thought I'll just give it a try because some great ideas there. The first one is sending noise into the sync input of an oscillator. So that's a great idea. But I didn't get the crackle that I really wanted, some interesting sound. So I thought, okay, what if I send it through a filter? That was also not really good. Why not send the output or an output of the filter back into the oscillator and more noise into the frequency of the oscillator? So it became quite a more complex patch than I expected, but it's here. Let's listen to it. We're listening to the bandpass output from the filter from the VCFQ. You can play with the frequency, obviously, of the filter. Careful, the resonance can turn things really loud. I found it a little bit of resonance to sound really good. I'll play with the frequency of the oscillator now. Very interesting. So extreme settings on the frequency are recommended, both on really high frequency and on really low frequency. I prefer the really low frequency as it is right now. Let's see with the filter now. Yeah, you can have a more minimal sound if you're after that kind of sound. All kinds of sounds hidden in here. So this is mostly a feedback patch between an oscillator and a filter, and noise driving. It's the driving force behind it. So I'm sending the sine wave into the frequency of the sine wave output from the oscillator into the frequency of the filter, and I'm sending the saw output into the trigger input of the filter, and the triangle is what goes through the input. The triangle output, it goes through the input of the filter. So that's one way to create this kind of sounds, which is great. The second way is another great idea on the forums. This is the idea of using the top part of the multiplier, the wave multiplier, and send noise into the input and another type of noise into the VC control, voltage control input, and listening to the output of that thing, which is like a VCA, right? So quite an interesting sound. But I would run this sound maybe through other modules, maybe the ring modulator. Shall we do that? I don't want to make it a long one, but curiosity, yeah? Yeah. So what happens if I'm sending the output of what you just heard into the ring. Let's have that on the background. And what shall we choose? Maybe just noise as a carrier. And let's listen to the output of the ring modulator. Okay, let's play a little bit with settings. Interesting. Slightly more interesting. Let's switch them. What if I didn't really make any huge difference? What if I sent yeah, an oscillator? Nothing. No, it doesn't do much. What if we mix these two patches? You gotta experiment, right? That's it. So I'm sending the low frequency output from the filter into the carrier input of the ring modulator, and the signal is coming from the top part of the multiplier. Excellent. This is really close to the master of all crackle patches, which is the endcom, obviously. It is a known trick when you send noise into the inputs, and with the right settings you can get... Oops, sorry. I'll close the... Yeah, it's still the most interesting one. Yeah. Very interesting sound. And I experimented with sending something else into the other input of the encom. Very interesting. I'm sending just audio rate from the slope generator. Yeah. Amazing. Serge rules. Amazing. One of my favorite tricks is to send feedback patches, because well, this is not a feedback patch, but sending weird sounds from the Serge into the herb. It's here, you can't really see it, but the herb have something organic. It does something to the sounds. So let's hear that. Yeah, this is amazing. This is without the reverb. So you hear all these static noises, they just become metallic sounds into the reverb. Just a short reverb. That's fully wet. Amazing stuff. By the way, I was getting different results before. Honestly, I was getting some a really thick, low frequency sound, like a drone, but with lots of crackles and noises in it, and it was really amazing. But now it's gone. That's okay. You should experiment yourself with more combinations of these things. So that was 3 ways of making this kind of crackle noises. I put these patches really quick, but this could be a beginning of an exploration, right? So one of these patches, you can also record it and make record different layers. So that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Till the next one.